This is the Koozie Design Project. I'm Caitlin Moffett, and our group consists of Adam Blankenbeckler, Caitlin Safford, Grant O'Neill, Stephen Irvin, and Stephen Vickers. When we were first brainstorming ideas for this project, we came up with two different concepts, which you can see on the right of this page. The difference between concept number 1 and concept number 2 is that concept number 1 isn't hollow and concept number 2 is. Concept number 2 is the one we selected because it's more functional, it has better insulation, and it provides a better learning experience for us.
At the start of the CAD process, the dimensions of the can were taken. The model was created to fit both a standard Coke can and a tall can. In preparation for the first prototype, the CAD was modified to better support the 3D printing process. 45-degree supports were implemented to support the upper portion of the overhanging structure. Once we realized that several modifications would be required with each design iteration, the use of parameters was implemented. This allowed for the dimensions to easily be changed by changing the variables.
For versions 1 and 3 of the Koozie, which we'll get into a little bit later, we used a Dremel 3D45, which uses 1.75mm filament and is a more budget-friendly 3D printer. We found the print quality to be very precise and have a good finish, so we were super happy with this printer. For version 2, we used the Lulzbot Taz 6 3D printer. It uses 3mm filament from the manufacturer and is a single extruder printer. It is known to be a super reliable printer, but left a couple divots and holes in our final product. Thus, we switched back to the Dremel 3D45.
After fixing the loose and overly tight tolerances, other changes were made, such as rounding the edges, in order to improve the ergonomics of the design.
The version 2 prototype showed improvements that include better tolerances, a lid held on by magnets, and a use of parameters that allowed for easy edits. However, issues for the version 2 prototype included the tall can does not protrude from the lid, making it difficult to drink, and the lid does not fit on standard cans.
For our third and final design, we incorporated the overall concept of Design 2 and made some additional changes that would help to eliminate the issues found within the previous designs. After this third and final design was printed, We added some finishing touches to improve its appearance. We painted the outside of the product not only to increase the visual aspect of the design, but in order to add contrast to the lettering on the handle that we had previously incorporated. We decided to paint the sign red and black in order to represent the University of Georgia and to go along with the predetermined theme. Since Design 2 was left with gaps whenever the can was inserted, we decided to make the top half of our design longer in order to better accommodate standard size cans, while also making the bottom half shorter to eliminate gaps when a tall can was inserted. The outcome of this new design proved to house both standard and tall-sized cans without the presence of gaps.
Overall, the design turned out pretty well, however there's always room for improvement. The first improvement would be to include a metal faceplate with an engraved image or the school logo on it. The second improvement would be to use red or colored PLA to improve the look of the design. And the last improvement would be to use an alternative handle design that would allow assembly of multicolored parts to show more contrast.
So this is the same material as our actual cup, and we're going to do some product testing. Still perfect.
Kind of impressed.